start the video. We gotta record YouTube.
This building we're
Like
in
I was
right now.
saying, Virginia. Nobody wanna live in Virginia. Virginia is just garbage. You come to Florida, you see different things. Virginia, you just see trees.
Was actually
Nobody care
built
about
in the
trees.
mid 1990s when people were starting to respond to youth crime with adult consequences, and people were describing kids as juvenile super predators, and so they were building.
I know that's the little kid toucher saying that. They calling us predators, but they predators.
Adult-like facilities like this part of the Bon Air campus because they thought that was the right way to respond to.
This looked like like in them stadiums when they're walking to the court. It's the Charlotte Hornets, right?
Kids, and what they forgot was they were kids.
It's not a juvenile center. They're all hoopers. This is the Charlotte Hornets stadium. They're walking to the court, and it's over. Mike's just trying to get money off of it. Where the metal ball at?
How y'all doing today?
They got a barber shop in the prison? Okay.
So how'd you get into acting, bro? Like, how did that come up?
Actually, I used to be a background dancer. After I got cut in my face on my 25th birthday, like directors and photographers.
Dang. I'm not even looking at the cut, bro. Like, I'm looking at the cut. Like, ooh.
It was like, they found the scar
Back.
striking,
You don't need no more
guess.
haircuts, bro.
What would you saw
Let it
yourself
grow,
when you was like
let it come back
15,
in
16?
naturally.
I was clueless. The drugs were already like starting to plague me. I didn't think I would live to see 30.
That's the life. That's the world we live in now, man. It's crazy sad, man.
He a kid? He a kid? Ain't no way he a kid, bro. That man is like 20 in the juvenile.
Starting to plague me. I didn't think I would live to see 30.
That's the life. That's the world we live in now, man. It's crazy sad, man. How long you been?
2 years in jail.
I gotta do a long time. Man. My charges are 2 accounts of second-degree murder, and 1 account of malicious wounding.
Never mind. I'm not even gonna like speak on you, bro. Like, I don't want to get killed too, bro. I'm sorry.
I was just young, man. I was real young.
And then the courts don't even see it like that. They don't get to know your whole background. They just care about the crime you did and not why you did it. But it's always a reason for everything.
Bro, so when you stand in the front of the judge, you be like, Judge, I'm sad today. You know, there's a reason for this. I was sad at the time. I shot him because I was sad. You know, my heart hurt, so I wanted to take his heart. You know what I mean? I wanted to, murder him. The judge's not gonna be like, oh, you're free. No, bro, you're going to jail. Like, what are you talking about, bro?
How did we come to this?
They look at the crimes. They don't look at your feelings or why you did it. I mean, like, if somebody like hits your sister, like, I don't know, like, they'll probably still put you in prison for that. Like, I don't know.
This decision to treat
America just don't
mistakes
care.
that an adolescent made with adult repercussions.
People were getting elected and running for office at the expense of kids in the system, and they were judging kids too much by what they were doing rather than who they were and the circumstance they were in and their age. When I became the director, all we had left in Virginia were 2 facilities that were like this. Not only were they built in the wrong way.
Wait, so what was he saying? What are they doing rather than who they are? Circumstances in their age.
And their age. When I became the director, all we had left in Virginia were 2 facilities that were like this. Not only were they built in the wrong way and too big, but they're also miles away from where a lot of...
You got 2 juvenile centers. So where are you going to put the kids that, like, shoot people and stuff? Like, what? You're going to be like, oh, you were a kid when you did this. Probation. Like, what? Bro, he just shot somebody. Ain't no way you're going to be like, oh, you a kid. You're good. Like, Like, no, bro. He shot
the
somebody.
kids come from. So
He
you
probably
can't
gonna kill
do the
somebody as an adult.
underlying
You don't know
work you
that?
need to do to
He
make
shot
sure
somebody as a
they
kid.
go
He probably
home to a
is.
better
Situation. Family
and it-
matters.
Exactly. And the other thing about places like this is that they eat up a lot of money. But we run probation offices across the state, so the kids in the facilities were fewer than 10% of the kids we worked with, but they were eating up 40% of our budget. And they were reoffending at very high rates when they got out. So we closed a facility that looks a lot like this earlier this year. So we're building treatment programs all over the state so that hopefully more and more kids can get what they need
Before they
when
get
they
even
need
get
it,
here.
where they get here.
How much does it cost to house a kid in here?
Per kid
I mean, that looked
today
pretty nice. You
is
know, you know what I'm saying? Let me say
How much does
about
it cost to house?
You know, bed right there, of course, of course. I would probably, you know, fit a little TV stand in there, you know, so I can have my TV, you know. And then I don't know, why like ain't nobody. Why you putting your dresser by the front door, bro? Move it by your bed, bro. Like, what is up with you, bro? Like, you don't sleep, you don't sleep. Hold on. You don't sleep secluded. Like, come on, bro. Like, my brother, you don't sleep secluded, my brother. Like, nah, and them sheets are not it, bro. I would just be like, yeah, y'all could like, you know, just give me regular white sheets. Like, I'm fine, you know, because them sheets are not it. I would not put that on my bed. Like, I would not. You know, that looks like a Walmart, you know, bed right there. Why is the mattress flowers? Like, I don't know. I'd probably tell them just to rip it up and just give me a white mattress. You know, I always got to, you know, sleep in style, you know. Where would my desk be? It'd probably be like right here on this wall, like, you know, one side coming off of the dresser, you know, be a little secluded, you know, a little secluded room. You know, nothing over here. Probably my shoe rack or something. You know what I mean? You need some posters on this wall. You got a vent? Is that a vent, bro, or is that a window?
House a kid in here.
per kid today is north of $200,000 a kid per year.
Per kid? What are you getting them?
Which is a
Rolex?
huge amount of
Like,
money.
What are you
Yes, sir.
talking about, bro? 200,000 for that? Are you giving them Rolexes? Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, flat screen TVs? Like, bro, what are you? That is not $200,000, bro. Like, that's probably like $100 at max. You know what I'm saying? Unless you have like 1 million kids in there, that's probably $200,000. Not 1 million, probably like 200. I'm not doing math.
Per kid today is north of $200,000 a kid per year, which is a huge amount of money.
Yes, sir.
And that's okay if you're spending it on the highest need, highest risk kids in the system to get them on the right track. But the thing is, making
I'm sorry,
sure
but if you kill
that
somebody, if you
almost-
kill somebody, how can you be on the right track? Like, there's no way you going back on the right track that you just murder somebody. Like, probably after you know, talk to Jesus. But dang, bruh.
every kid is someplace else. And the only kids who are here are kids who there is no other place to safely work with them. I got here kind of on the heels of the recession and budget cuts, and a lot of the programs we used to have for kids here have been cut. So young people were spending way too much time in their rooms. Good work doesn't happen when they're in their room. Good work happens when they're out engaging with staff, going to school.
But it's not the 60s anymore. They wouldn't be in the room on the phone. Like, going to school, doing work. What are you talking about? They go to school from the prison? Like, there's a school in the prison, or they go to school from the prison?
Doing work. So we have made a big priority of expanding the programming here. We got to make sure they leave us better off than
Like,
when
imagine pulling up to school from a prison. Like, that like, that's just bad influence on people. You know what I mean? Like, they gonna be like, oh, I don't want my kid near him because he's in the juvenile center. You know what I mean?
They came. That would be the goal.
They don't know why we did it.
Can you tell me what life was like before you got incarcerated?
The hood I was living in, out Fredericksburg, Virginia, it's not too good of a neighborhood. So it was a lot of violence, a lot of gang stuff like that.
Just call it the hood, bro.
You know how it be. You know, you from the street. You know how it be. So I had to fight to make it. I mean, if I didn't, then I mean,
He called it the hood?
the hood I was living in, out Fredericksburg, stuff like that. I had to fight to make it. I mean, if I didn't, then you know, you from the street. You know how it be. So I had to fight to make it. I mean, if I didn't, then I mean, it's either the predator or the prey. I did make a crime, and that I know I do gotta pay the price, but the cost, you know, we never thought it'd be the rest of my life.
I'm sorry, bro, but if you murder somebody, like how do you say you're gonna murder somebody and be like, oh, I'm not going in there for life? Like you killed somebody, bro. Like I mean, if it was for a reason, probably, but like, bro, you just flat out just shot the man. Like, are you dumb?
When I first got incarcerated,
Nah, you kind of dumb, man.
I was real mad and stuff. I didn't talk to anybody, you know. Eventually I got over like the situation and made the best of it.
So what are the things that you have gotten that's on a good note from being in here?
The resume I got, I done built up such talents and tools. Like, I've learned to strip floors, work the machines. I've learned to cut hair. With the therapeutic portion of stuff we learn
You know what? I feel bad because you know they teach it like it's crazy.
here
'Cause
too,
they teaching
slowing.
they teaching them all that stuff, but he in there for life. Like, ain't no way he finna get out after. You know, wait, no, he's not getting out. You know what I mean? So you're teaching him how to cut hair, like he's in there for life. Like, you know what I mean? You teaching him how to strip floors. How is he gonna? Wait, he's gonna strip the prison floors to escape? No, bro, he's there for life.
Down and processing the situation and saying, man, I really
Just
didn't want to
teaching
fight
them-
or anything like that.
I
You
mean,
just
like-
misunderstood where I was coming from.
I'm not saying you shouldn't teach him that type of stuff, but I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at least you know.
And I apologize.
this down or
Like,
something,
and I'm like, I had never seen that a day in my life on the streets.
Do you really think that putting that much time on an adolescent is fair?
You know, kids are very different than adults, and we can't make life-altering decisions based on things that they do when they're young. It's not that they shouldn't be held accountable.
No,
it's not that
that's
there
not it at
aren't
all.
safety concerns we need to address.
Yes, sir.
But saying this is what the rest of your life looks like for something you did when you're 15 is at odds with science, and it's kind of at odds with all the experience we're having with kids. You know, people often ask me about the kids who are here. They say, well, you're down to 200. Those must be the worst of the worst. But you met them today.
Yes, I did.
And they're still kids with dreams, and they're still kids with talents, and they're still kids with hope and potential. If kids
Yeah, I would not want to be there. They get me my ass.
end up in a
Serious food? No.
place like this,
No.
number one, it should be after we've exhausted all other opportunities. And number two, that from the moment they wake up to the moment they go to bed, they're doing something that matters to them, that's going to get their life in the right direction, and that we're doing all we can.
Bro, they was teaching me a message. I didn't even get the message. I was just talking, bro. Like, yeah. You know what? I think it's time. I think it's time we go and